Earthquakes, tornadoes, terror alerts, gas prices, unemployment. If you don't find what's going on in the world unsettling, you may not be paying attention. So how do you comfort yourself in this scary world? Many turn to God and rely on faith to sustain us, a fact that's obvious in New Mexico during the annual Good Friday pilgrimages to Chimayo and Tomei Hill. Many take comfort in family, friends, children, and our four-legged furry companions. New Mexico's mountains, big sky, and beautiful climate make the great outdoors a comforting cathedral for many. Others ground themselves gardening, even cleaning, cooking, or, yum, baking. For some, yoga, meditation. It helps to calm the inner turmoil. And there are those that take comfort in the sound of gunfire, shooting, hunting, fishing. Releasing endorphins, exercising is also a proven morale booster. And the thrill of watching others go head-to-head in competitive activities is a national pastime because it helps you lose yourself in combat without exercising anything more than your eyes. The test of skills against the mighty video adversary is a release and distraction for many from the daily worry wheel. Other people unwind with a cocktail at the end of the day. A lot of us women can unpeg the stress meter with a dose of chocolate or a spot of tea. Music, of course, has charms to soothe the savage breast. Movies can provide that total escape. And, of course, television is the mother of all anesthetics. So, how do you comfort yourself in a scary world? Well, what we just mentioned are the basics for all of us. Faith, family, food, exercise, and entertainment. And there are many others too, and that's what we'll be talking about every day this week on New Mexico Style. And I know you're laughing right now saying, Nikki, what is on your head? But we are pleased to welcome back our friend, holistic practitioner, Dr. Emil Faith.
Beam me up, please. Beam me up.
Good to see you here this morning. We've missed you. We're glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
Wait, so first question for you.
Yeah.
So how does this help?
How does this help?
I want to know.
Okay, let's start with this. We're all connected.
Yes.
Okay, we want input. We're getting too much input.
We sure are.
Okay, I'm going to take my antenna off here right now.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Here's the deal. There's so much stuff going on out there with electronics,
yes.
right? Social networking. Do you have privacy? I'm Twittering, I'm tweeting, whatever you're doing.
Right.
Do you ever get a break?
No, you don't. And you can be reached no matter what.
Too much input. We need to turn off some of those electronic devices. We need to breathe. We need to meditate. We need to eat right. We need to comfort ourselves with good food and friends. Meditation is a great idea. Do you meditate?
No, and I know we've talked about this, that I really need to.
See, people freak out with meditation. They think it's some foo-foo thing. You can meditate. I meditate while I'm wide awake doing work. You can meditate. Yeah. You just let your mind, not when you're driving.
Okay, don't meditate when you're driving.
But if you're just, I'm doing my thing and I'm connecting to other places, other realms, and you can too. Just, get out of that left brain, get into the right creative brain and start feeling and thinking and relaxing.
That's the key.
Too much, turn off the TV.
Yeah.
Put down the newspaper.
Well, are you finding a lot more, I mean, with everything we're talking about, you finding a lot more anxiety in your patients right now?
Absolutely. Everyone is freaking out. Everybody's nerves are afraid. It's just too much. Too much to think about. I mean, do you remember the day, I don't know if you remember the day, you turned on the television, you had 3 channels. We've got, what, 500?
At least. I think it's up to 900 something now.
Too much. Turn it off. Spend some time with yourself. Figure out who you are, what you want to do. People are lost.
But don't turn it off between 8 and 9 a.m. on weekday mornings.
Never turn that off, and you always keep it on the station. But other than that, no one to say when.
Yes,
and these electronic devices like the games, the video games, all of that input, and not to speak just of the information input, but the EMF.
What does that mean?
The electromagnetic fields.
Okay.
Because we're all electric.
Is that messing up our central nervous system?
Absolutely. It's throwing electrics in our own electrics. It's disrupting our aura. Our aura is our personal electric barcode, really. It's everything about us.
Interesting way to put it.
When you interact with these electronic devices, the cell phone signals and the television input and the TV, all of that, and the radio, all of the electronics disrupt us and make us feel afraid, lost, confused. How many people are you talking to? They're like, what am I doing with my life right now?
And at the same time,
at the same time, all happening at once. Did you ever, I mean, I remember going to the grocery store and being able to have 3 choices of deodorant. Now you got 85.
Right.
You know, it's too many choices.
It's hard to make decisions.
It's
It
really
is, and
hard.
I'm sure it makes it harder to sleep at night too. I think it is, and that's one thing I've been trying to do is an hour before I go to bed, just no phone,
That's
no computer.
Smart. And when speaking of bedtime, making sure there's no electronics near your bed, because that will disrupt your energy fields when you're not thinking about it. We used to have a clock radio next to our head.
Okay.
Clock radio,
Yes.
and that alone will keep you awake. It used to keep us awake. We couldn't figure out what it was.
Right.
Mirrors in your sleeping room. Cover the mirrors. You should not have mirrored wardrobes
Right.
in your
Right.
sleeping room.
Well, I want to ask you a question because, you know, we talk about everything going on here, and it's also going on globally, and we're finding a
is.
lot with natural disasters right now. And that's something I was curious about. You know, we've been talking a lot about these horrible things we're seeing in the world. Do you think that's having a big effect on how
It
we're
is.
reacting?
People are afraid. And even if they're not afraid consciously, they're afraid subconsciously. And it changes the way they feel. It changes the way they think. It changes the way nerve impulses work. So we're all afraid right now, and we have frayed nervous systems. So take your inositol. Remember your
What do we do?
Take it frequently. You can take 2 or 3 capsules 4 or 5 times a day. Make sure you do sleep 7 to 9 hours a night. You need to regenerate those nerves and your adrenals and your thyroid and your liver. All the organs.
I want to hear more about the waves. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Well, we've got
How
cell
does that
towers.
impact us?
We've got cell towers everywhere.
Okay.
Everyone's on an electronic device of some sort, multiple ones, carrying them around on their person.
iPod.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness! You know, all that stuff affects us. We are electric. We are vibrational, and when we add these vibrations to us, those negative vibrations, it literally, those are not the good vibrations as the Beach Boys.
Right. We're not thinking of
But
those.
let's talk about the good vibrations, like music. Music's a great vibration, and that's why some people resonate. That's why they're hit songs, because they resonate with a larger group of people. Those vibrations change the way you feel.
It's so true. I mean, you could be having the worst day. You turn on the radio, you hear a song that you like, and it changes your whole mood. It happens to me all the time.
All the time. And also there's great remedies, natural remedies that change the vibration, cellular vibrational changes, what I call vibrational medicines.
Okay.
I think we're going to talk about those in the show later.
Okay.
And that is the Bach flower remedies.
Yes,
those
we are going to be talking about those.
The flower remedies are powerful. The gemstone remedies are powerful.
Oh.
These things actually change our personal vibration. Those are true healing.
Really?
Yes, they work. They're fantastic.
See, and that's the thing is I think a lot of people think those are myths. Oh, yeah, no, that's whatever. People say, but it really does,
It really does. Just because we haven't heard of it and we haven't seen it does not mean it doesn't exist and it doesn't work. It does work. It's not mainstream yet, but we're getting there.
Well, that's what we need. That's what we need to do. And there's a lot of different things that are getting in our way. And you said 7 to 9 hours of sleep. You know, to me it's easier said than done. I would love to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but how do you find the ways to remedy the fact that there is so much going on?
Turn it off. Just turn it off. Literally, unplug everything. Seriously. And one thing that's really, I want people to understand, it's very comforting for people. They should take comfort in the fact that you are not alone. You may live alone in an apartment. You may not see your relatives for months or years, but we are all energetically, literally, telepathically connected. So if you feel alone, you're not. We're all out there. We're all together on this cruise ship together, enjoying this journey together. It's a magical time.
And what
It's a
about our
special
kids?
time.
Are they stressed? They're kind of stressed
Oh my
out
gosh.
too, aren't they?
They were born, the younger generation, you mean?
Yes.
Look, they're born into electronics.
Yes,
What did,
that's
what
all
did
they
I know?
I used to go to the library to get information.
Marbles. I had marbles for toys. I mean, that was my input.
I played jacks.
Jacks, marbles. And it's not that it's wrong, it's just too much. And they can sell it. And they're selling it. And they're attached to it. And they live for it. And you know, start changing the way you look at your life. And look how important the inside of you is. Go to the inside. That's where all the answers are. And that's where calm and peace and center really is. And these vibrational remedies, that's one way to get there.
Of course, yeah, and you have a lot more information on this to help release some of the stress, and you can get a copy of Dr. Faith's book, of course, if you're interested in this type of thing.
Because we are all,
You are
if you think you're not, I don't care what you look like, how big you are sensitive. Get my book, read about yourself, and learn how to take care of your sensitive self.
And from reading this book, one of the things I took away from it is that you're right, we are not alone, because there are a lot of times that part of the stress of our day is feeling like there's nobody else going through the stress we go through, and when you think about the fact that we're all in it together.
That's right. We are all going through it. We are all connected. We really are all related if you go back far enough. We're family. Treat yourself like that. Treat your friends like that, and your family, and it's true. You'll
and
feel
remember
better.
to breathe.
And breathing is so much more to talk about.
Yes, and we will get to talk to you more, I'm hoping, very soon. Dr. Emil Faith can be reached at 299-1771, and you can certainly contact him through email at drfaith with an E at the end at truenw.com. Thank you so much. It's so
Great
good
to see you
have you.
guys.
Really good to see you.
Good to
We've
see
missed you, and we'll take our inositol and get our sleep.
There you go.
Or at least we'll try. Now, we're going to be exploring one method you may or may not heard of coming up after the break. They're called Bach flower remedies, as Dr. Faith just mentioned. You don't want to miss it. Stick around.